You're likely already familiar with Model Context Protocol, or MCP, the open standard that enables AI models to securely interact with external tools, services, and data sources in real time. In this walkthrough, I'll show you how Spice extends MCP, both as a client that connects to remote MCP servers and as an MCP server that exposes its own tools. You'll see how to connect multiple Spice runtimes together, invoke tools like file access or SQL queries from a model, and build secure AI systems with shared context across environments. Let's get started. So we have this cookbook recipe pulled up. It will be linked in the description. In order to begin, you'll need to have Spice installed and then JQ installed as well. You can look at getting started to figure out how to do that if you need help. And then we're going to clone the cookbook and navigate to the MCP recipe. Now we're going to update the .env file with our OpenAI API key and then the allowed directories. So for this example, for our allowed directories, we're just going to navigate it to the cookbook directory, and then you'll put your API key here. Once you've saved that, you can run the Spice runtime. Now you're going to ask to show the available tools. You're going to enter this command into your terminal, and you'll see all the available tools. You're also able to list the files from the current directory. You'll enter the command fs/list directory from the MCP tool, and you can see the files in our current directory. We can also open Spice Chat to read the files in our directory. This will use the fs MCP server to do so, and I'm going to prompt it to summarize the readme.md, and it will pull from this directory. You'll see the output is an overview of the readme.md from this directory, and now you can exit out of this with Control-C, and then make sure that the LLM called the MCP tool by entering Spice trace AI chat. And then this part of the cookbook explains in further detail that you can connect to Spice over MCP because it's an MCP server. I'll show you that if we open a new terminal and navigate to the child directory, we can inspect the Spice pod, and you can see what's in the YAML file outputted into your terminal. You could also run a second Spice instance on a different port, and then you can ask to show the tools that are available in that second Spice instance. So you can see in this second Spice instance, it has Spice MCP, whereas in the first Spice instance, there's not that Spice MCP. And now we can use a SQL tool of the first Spice server over the MCP. I'm going to enter this command, and then we can also use the fs MCP server from a model, and so we can run Spice Chat, and this will be running from the MCP model, and then we can ask this model to summarize the readme.md. And you can see that this output of the readme is slightly different than that of our first prompt, as it goes more in depth on connecting to the MCP servers. So that's how Spice.ai uses the Model Context Protocol to unify tools, data, and models across distributed environments, enabling AI systems to securely call functions and share context at scale. You can explore the full recipe in the Spice cookbook to try it yourself. Thank you for watching.